Imagine a city built from a vision, a capital designed to embody the ideals of freedom, democracy, and unity. Welcome to Washington, D.C., the political and cultural center of the United States. In this video, we will take you on a journey through Washington, D.C.'s fascinating history, from its inception as a planned capital to its evolution into a modern metropolis that continues to influence American politics and culture. Whether you are a student, a history buff, or simply curious about the city that houses the nation's most important institutions, this is the story of Washington, D.C. The story of Washington, D.C. begins in the late 18th century, during the early years of the American Republic. Following the American Revolution, there was vigorous debate about where to locate the national capital. The Founding Fathers wanted a seat of government that symbolized unity and the fresh start of the nation. In 1790, a compromise was reached between northern and southern states, leading to the decision to create a new federal district along the Potomac River. The Residence Act of 1790 set the stage for the establishment of the District of Columbia. Designed as a neutral ground free from the influence of any individual state, the capital was intended to serve as a symbol of national unity. Pierre-Charles L'Enfant, a French-born architect and engineer, was commissioned by President George Washington to design the city. L'Enfant's visionary plan featured wide boulevards, grand public spaces, and iconic landmarks that would later become synonymous with American ideals. From its very inception, Washington, D.C. was meant to be more than just a place for government buildings. It was envisioned as a living monument to the nation's hopes and aspirations. The early years were challenging. The new city had to overcome issues of infrastructure, funding, and even political infighting. Yet, from these humble beginnings emerged a capital that would grow to play a central role in shaping the future of the United States. As the new capital took shape, Washington, D.C. began to develop its own unique identity. The early construction phase was marked by the establishment of key institutions that would define the city's character. The United States Capitol, with its imposing dome, and the White House, the official residence of the president, quickly became symbols of American governance and power. During the 19th century, Washington, D.C. continued to evolve. Despite periodic setbacks, including political controversies and the disruptions of the War of 1812, the city gradually transformed into a center for national politics. In 1800, the federal government officially moved from Philadelphia to Washington, D.C., further cementing its status as the heart of American democracy. The development of the city was not solely focused on monumental architecture. Everyday life in Washington, D.C. was also changing. The construction of roads, bridges, and public facilities allowed the population to grow steadily. Immigrants and professionals were drawn to the city by the promise of opportunity, and a vibrant cultural scene began to emerge. This growth laid the foundation for Washington, D.C.'s future as a melting pot of diverse communities and ideas. The 19th and early 20th centuries were periods of significant transformation for Washington, D.C. The city witnessed rapid changes as the nation itself evolved. With the advent of the Industrial Revolution, Washington, D.C. began to modernize. New technologies and infrastructure projects, such as streetcars, improved water systems, and later, the development of highways, reshaped the urban landscape. During the Civil War, Washington, D.C. played a pivotal role. As the Union capital, it became a symbol of resolve and determination. The city's strategic importance led to its rapid expansion, with military installations and hospitals emerging to support the war effort. The conflict also underscored the challenges of a divided nation, a theme that would continue to resonate throughout American history. Following the war, the city experienced a period of reconstruction and renewal. New monuments were erected to honor the sacrifices of the past, and public spaces were redesigned to reflect the optimism of a reunited nation. The National Mall, with its expansive green lawns and grand memorials, emerged as the ceremonial heart of the capital, a place where history and modernity meet. The 20th century brought further transformation. Washington, D.C. became a center not only for politics but also for cultural and social movements. The Civil Rights Movement, for example, found a powerful stage in the capital. Landmark events such as the March on Washington in 1963, where Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech, underscored the city's role in the ongoing struggle for equality and justice. Today, Washington, D.C. stands as a dynamic global city that continues to influence the direction of the United States and the world. Modern Washington, D.C. is a blend of history and innovation. Towering office buildings, high-tech government agencies, and bustling neighborhoods coexist with centuries-old monuments and historic districts. The city's role as the center of American politics remains unchanged. It is home to the three branches of the federal government: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial, as well as countless embassies and international organizations. Every day, decisions made in Washington, D.C. ripple out to affect lives across the globe. Beyond politics, Washington, D.C. has emerged as a hub for arts, culture, and education. World-class museums, such as the Smithsonian Institution, offer a treasure trove of art and history that attracts millions of visitors each year. The city's theaters, galleries, and music venues reflect a vibrant cultural scene that is as diverse as its population. From the bustling energy of the U Street corridor to the historic charm of Georgetown, every neighborhood in Washington, D.C. has its own story to tell. Yet, like any major city, Washington, D.C. faces challenges. Issues such as affordable housing, traffic congestion, and social inequality are topics of ongoing debate and reform. However, the resilience and ingenuity of its residents continue to drive efforts to make the city more inclusive, sustainable, and forward-thinking. Washington, D.C. is more than just a political capital. It is a cultural beacon that has shaped the identity of the United States. The city's iconic landmarks, from the Lincoln Memorial to the Washington Monument, serve as powerful symbols of the nation's history and values. They remind us of the struggles for freedom and justice that have defined American progress. On the global stage, Washington, D.C. stands as a testament to the ideals of democracy and governance. It is a place where leaders from around the world gather to discuss critical issues, negotiate treaties, and forge alliances. The city's international character is further enhanced by its diverse population, which brings together people from myriad cultural, ethnic, and linguistic backgrounds. Educational institutions and research centers in Washington, D.C. play a crucial role in advancing knowledge and innovation. Think tanks, universities, and government agencies collaborate on issues ranging from public policy to technological development. This spirit of inquiry and collaboration is a cornerstone of what makes Washington, D.C. a unique and influential city. Moreover, the city's museums, cultural centers, and public art installations provide residents and visitors alike with a deep sense of connection to the past and inspiration for the future. Whether it's exploring the exhibits at the National Gallery of Art or attending a concert on the National Mall, Washington, D.C. offers countless opportunities to engage with history and culture in meaningful ways. As we look to the future, Washington, D.C. is poised to continue evolving in exciting and unpredictable ways. The challenges it faces, economic, social, and environmental, are being met with innovative solutions and a commitment to progress. Urban planners and policymakers are working to create a city that balances growth with sustainability, ensuring that Washington, D.C. remains a vibrant and livable capital for generations to come. At its core, Washington, D.C. remains a symbol of hope, resilience, and the enduring power of democracy. It is a city built on the belief that a better future is always possible, a belief that continues to inspire people both at home and around the world. The story of Washington, D.C. is one of transformation, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of progress. From its origins as a carefully planned capital to its current status as a global hub of politics, culture, and innovation, Washington, D.C. embodies the ideals that have defined the American experience. Its monuments, institutions, and diverse communities tell a story of a city that has overcome challenges, celebrated victories, and continuously reinvented itself. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Washington, D.C., a city that not only serves as the seat of American power, but also as a living testament to the dreams and struggles of a nation. If you enjoyed this exploration, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape our world. What does Washington, D.C. mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation about this remarkable city.